I'll love you, dear. I'll love you till China and Africa meet, till the river jumps over the mountain and the salmon sing in the street.
Frank? You're so far away. I don't think you even heard me come in the room.
Hello, Dee.
How are you today? Is there anything new?
Ed came in a little while ago. He said the swelling's down, the pressure on my spinal cord is reduced.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I should be able to move, fairly certain. If I'm going to, ever.
Oh, you will. I know you will. Look, you're not going to stay like this. I have some pictures of little John. You want to see them?
Sure.
He misses you. Now, he didn't say that, but I can tell. Look.
Hmm.
Great.
He looks great. I wish I could see him.
Well, I thought I might try to smuggle him in here, but I don't think we should take the chance. You know, there are a lot of diseases in hospitals.
Yeah, well, maybe they could get me over to the window and you could hold him up out in the street.
I will. Sure. Frank?
Yeah?
I went to confession. To Father McShane, and I told him everything about us. About everything.
Oh.
Look, I had to, Frank. I told him about you and Jill. And I told him how I tried to punish you, you know, in little ways. Like not taking care of the house. And I told him, I got so upset on the staircase that I pushed out at you, and your feet got tangled and you fell.
What did he say?
Well, instead of letting it eat me up and being jealous of Jill, I should try and concentrate on you and little John and our marriage. And I should try to figure out how I failed so I can try to improve.
I don't expect you to change, Dee.
Oh, I will. Look, Frank, if it takes me 50 years, I'm going to make this up to you. I promise you.
I know you mean well.
I do. I do. Can't you see? I mean, I feel different already.
What do you mean?
Well, I got up at 6 o'clock this morning, and I took a bath, and I did my nails, and I put my face on, I put my hair up, and I got a new dress. You know, it's been a long time since I've been so together so early in the morning.
Look, Dee, you're gonna have to understand something. We're past the point where things can be put right by just turning over a new leaf. Now, I said I wouldn't say anything about you pushing me down the stairs, and I said I wouldn't do anything until I find out how much I'm going to recover, but there's no commitment beyond that, Dee. None.
Look, there's some time, and I know I'm going to prove it to you.
Dee.
Look, there's going to be a change in me. I mean, it's not just my dress and a new hairdo. That means more to me than it does to you. So, I'm going to be much more responsible about money.
That will be a change. How do you mean?
You'll see. I really have this terrific idea. Just wait.
Hello, Bucky.
Seneca, hi. Hey, I heard you were back in town.
Yeah, listen, you got a minute? I need to talk to you about something.
Yeah, well, I was answering a page.
No, that was me on the page.
Oh, How are you? I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah, well, I guess under the circumstances, I'm all right. Listen, Bucky, I know how close you are to Nell, and I don't want to put you in an awkward position. But there's some things I have to know.
Okay.
Now, I assume you've heard I'm coming to Riverside Hospital.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not sure in what capacity.
Well, we haven't nailed down exactly what the position's going to be yet. I also assume you've heard about Nell and me.
Yeah.
Now, Bucky, I've come east for the sole purpose of trying to figure out what's gone wrong, and I've run into a stone wall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's something that Nell isn't telling me. Something is wrong somewhere. I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
What does that mean, that, yeah?
Well, I guess I was sort of agreeing with you.
About what? Now, what's going on, Bucky?
I don't know what's going on, but I agree that there's something wrong. At least that's my impression.
And what gives you that impression?
Well, well, our whole coming back to begin with, I mean, I was really surprised when she told me she'd left you because you survived so much together that, I thought it was one marriage that would last.
I'm not even going to ask you what you mean by surviving so much together. But how was her coming back funny?
Just the way she did things.
Well, what things? Funny in what way?
I don't know. Well, she just didn't seem to be quite herself. She had some disagreements with some of the staff people. I mean, that's not like Nell at all.
And what else?
She seems in such a hurry about everything.
Anything more?
She's certainly upset about your being here.
Yeah, well, she's got a reason to be. But that's not what I'm after.
Look, Seneca, I don't know. I mean, I'm worried about it, but I don't know.
Bucky, is there anybody on the staff that she might have confided in? Is she close to anyone?
Well, she got off to a terrible start with Dr. Coleridge, but they seem to be getting along better now. Maybe he can tell you something.
Has she seen a lot of them outside of the hospital?
I'm not sure. Oh, I think she said something about him going with her to help find an apartment. Oh, listen, Dr. Coleridge is a really nice man. Why don't you ask him?
Yeah. Yeah, I just might do that. I'd like to find out more about him.
Oh, he's okay. And I'm sure he'll be really proud to have you on the staff.
I wouldn't be too sure about that, Bucky. It's just possible that I'm going to cramp his style.
Good. Very good.
Oh, boy, my legs are weak.
Yeah, you've been in bed a long time.
Yeah, my back is pretty tender.
Well, you just let me know when you're ready to rest.
Yeah, funny you should mention that. I want to rest.
Okay. Oh, no twisting and no bending, remember?
All right, all right.
Okay, but you can lean against this wall.
Yeah, we'll hold each other up.
Yeah, and you do that, and you won't hurt yourself, okay? Now, I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah, I promise I won't leave town. Oh, Mrs. Ryan.
Yes.
Oh, how's your husband today? Any better?
Yeah, a little.
You've been around the hospital a lot. Frank's a lucky guy.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
Hey, listen, if Frank can't run this year, why don't you fill in for him? Then all those Ryan buttons wouldn't go to waste.
Oh, I couldn't do anything like that.
What?
You know, I'm not smart enough.
Now, whatever gave you the idea that politicians are smart? Now, I've known some who couldn't find a loaf of bread in a bakery. Not that they couldn't locate the cash register.
Frank is the only politician in the family.
Yeah. Well, if you ever change your mind, you can count on me for backing. You know, a girl like you on the city council, be a welcome change.
That's very nice of you.
Listen, if you're embarrassed talking to me because it might not be good for Frank, it's okay. You just go on about your business.
Oh, well, I gotta go soon.
You know, some days I sort of regret the reputation I built up. They tell me that in some circles, it's not exactly the best.
No.
So, even when I'm for somebody, public endorsement from me, no help.
No.
Yeah, that's why I haven't said anything. But Frank's a good kid. And I'm all for his getting better and making it. And I look forward to seeing you as Mrs. City Councilman.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. You know, I'd like to see it for Maeve and Johnny. They're good. They always have been.
You know, Frank wanted this so much,
Yeah.
you know, before the accident. But, hurt the feelings, you know, I don't think he still can do that.
Listen, Mrs. Ryan, let me tell you something off the record, okay?
Yeah, sure.
If Frank ever needs anything to get better, I mean, something his family can't manage, you come to me and I'll see to it. Oh, I'm talking about money.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah. Now, nobody would ever have to know where it came from. I know how to be a good friend.
Well, it's very generous of you.
And if you should ever need anything, the offer goes for you, too. Remember that.
I'll remember that.
I hope you won't be too shy about asking, because I'm a man who gets great pleasure out of doing things for the people.
You know what I think?
What?
I think you're a very nice person.
Oh, thank you.
Look, I really gotta go.
Yeah.
You know, you're really right about what you said. If some newspaperman walks in and he sees me talking with you, you know, I don't think that would be too good for Frank.
Yeah, sure. Was it okay if I walk you to the elevator?
Sure.
Hey, you know, I've seen you around, of course, but I've never had a chance to know you. I feel like I'm making a new friend.
Thank you. Look, are you all right?
It's just my back bothering me some, but I'm okay. Here, I'll ring for you. Ow!
Wow, that was some service. Look, I gotta go now, but
Yeah.
I'll remember what you said, okay?
Yeah, you do that, huh?
Bye-bye.
Oh, Clem! Dr. Moultrie!
Nick? Okay, good.
I twisted and then something exploded in my back. Oh, it's on fire.
We're going to get you right back to your room. Come on.
Oh, easy, huh?
Yeah?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's what I get for...
For what?
Never mind. Oh.
You have a lovely office.
Hello, Delia.
You know, it really is a shame, though. It's not closer to Frank's room.
Delia, did you come looking for me to have an argument about Frank?
No.
Because if you did, I'll tell you right now, I am not in the mood to be scolded by you. I've heard enough about you being the injured wife and me being the other woman.
You know, Frank always told me one thing. A lawyer should never jump to conclusions. You know, St. Jill, I wasn't even going to mention the fact that you're chasing my husband.
What do you want, Dee?
Well, there are lots of things that Frank wants to do, and he can't do them. So I'm going to do them for him.
I see.
You know, he's got this terrible ordeal in front of him, and I just want to help in every way that I can.
I'm sure you will.
It's about the $6,500 Frank was carrying, you know, on the day of the accident.
What about it?
Well, Jill, maybe you know more about this than I do. Now, since the nurse found the money and took the money out of Frank's coat pocket and put it aside for safekeeping, does that mean that the hospital is responsible for keeping the money safe? Do I have that right?
I think there's some hospital liability involved.
Does that mean yes?
It does.
Oh, good, good. Because we don't have a lot of money. You know, Frank's not from a rich family. And neither am I.
I know that, Dee.
You know, Frank saved all that money from the time that he was a policeman. So if the hospital lets somebody steal that money, well, I think they should make good for it.
Delia, look, if you like, I will put in a claim on Frank's behalf. It may take a while, but the $6,500 Frank will probably get back. Have you discussed this with him?
No. No, it's going to be a surprise. You see, Frank doesn't think I'm any help where money's concerned.
Oh?
You know, I'm going to try to do more for him. I'm going to do everything that I can. I'm going to be a full-time wife.
Is that for yourself, Delia, or for Frank?
It's for Frank. You know, I don't know if you can understand this at all. But Frank and I stood up together in church, and we took vows. Now, I have a baby who needs a father as well as a mother. So, if you ask me, do I want him? Well, the answer is yes. For me and for little John. And I am going to be such a good wife, he's never going to want to leave me.
Delia, all I want is what's best for Frank.
You think you're better for him than I am, don't you?
Oh, I think that's for Frank to decide.
Well, maybe I have something to say about that also.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some work to do.
You know, Frank and I have been doing a lot of talking about you. And I've been thinking that it really isn't good for you not to see Frank. So, you can see him when you want to.
That's very generous of you.
Only when I'm not around. You know, I really think it would upset him if both of us were in the room together.
Of course.
And it really isn't going to be very easy for you, because I'm going to be there a lot.
Oh, I see.
I'm going to start doing a lot of things for Frank that I've never done before. He's going to be very surprised. In fact, you're both going to be very surprised.
In Port Charles, revenge is a priority, relationships are disposable, and good medical care is a necessity. Keep up with this fast-paced city with an all-new episode of General Hospital, weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.